All right, we're on a roll this morning. And if you didn't see me in part 1 of that narcissist read, I'm also still trying to avoid my housework. Just come back from holiday and I've got double the housework now because I didn't do it all before I left. And now I've just doubled it up because we've unpacked a whole heap of things from the car, washing. I don't know. I'm avoiding it. I'm being avoidant towards my housework. I'm not an avoidant in relationships though. Just in my housework. That and procrastination. It's holidays. I'm on holiday. All right. What do we got, please, from our beautiful Wisdom of the Oracle Pocket Divination cards? Oh my gosh, so many words. So many words. It's like my new favourite deck at the moment. It's not my deck. The other decks that I've read from this morning are mine. But this one, I love it because, like I said yesterday, it's the imagery and the pictures are very playful. Oh, one's flipped over. And yet the messages really pack a punch behind each of the cards. Oh, that's so cute. It's a bit fitting. This is how I feel actually. So we've just come back from 5 days away with some friends, and I was really happy to be home last night, just back in my own bed, back in my own space, even though I had the best time away. But this card is no place like home. It's so true. It's got a home floating up in the air there. I was going to say clouds, but it's not even that. Is it? No, it's just floating up in the air. Cute, hey? All right. I agree. There is no place like home. I feel like that about my house here, and then I feel like that about New Zealand as well. There's no place like home. All right. TikTok. TikTok. And we're on TikTok. Message in a bottle. Oops. Message in a bottle. Do you remember that song? It's a bit old school, eh? Right, what have we got now? If you're into numbers, I'm going to start reading you guys numbers as well, just in case that's your thing. So I've got number 50, 30, and 15. Oh, now that I've looked up the meanings, because I still don't know this deck, so I do have to look up on my little book of meanings for each of these cards, because I want to always make sure that I get the message right and just sort of see how the cards line up with each other and the full message that plays out, and being able to get that high level overview, but also make sure that the message flows. And what I didn't realize is that when I first dealt this, was that actually this is a continuation from the last self-healing message, just adding another layer to it. Okay, like I said in part 1 and part 2 of that narcissist reading, I certainly don't downplay the seriousness of what goes on in a narcissist relationship. When you are in love with a narcissist, and the trauma bonds that are formed there, and just all the yucky, heavy ick stuff that goes with that. Okay, so we're not downplaying it, and that's why I've recommended that, lean into some people and some experts and research and do some look up all that you can to educate yourself on boundaries, the narc personality and toxic traits and behaviours, all of that sort of thing. So it doesn't surprise me now that as I've dealt these cards that it's a continuation of some of the other self-healing tips, guidance that you may want to consider and think about as you move forward in your journey. So I likened this no place like home to me just coming home, and yeah, I do feel very much at home and love my apartment here in Sydney, and it's our little safe haven and it's our little sanctuary. However, we take the physical aspect of the house and the home away. This actually is talking about the internal version of what that looks like for you. Okay, so a lot of you coming out of this narcissist relationship, once you start on your self-love and that self-healing journey and the hurt and the pain and moving away from that, This is actually about you coming home to yourself. Okay, remember we talked about, I don't know if it's part 1 or part 2, you're left with a shell and a version of yourself of who you used to be. This is talking about it's time for you to come home to yourself, and that's what this card is all about. Okay. The next one, tick-tock. Now, obviously, we all know that a clock goes tick-tock. Okay, this is about divine timing. So don't feel like you've got to be in a hurry to get the work done to therefore come home to yourself. That's not what this is about. This is about take the necessary time that you need to do that work, to come out on the other side. There is no hurry. There is no rush. It's not a race. If you're rushing to get to the end or rushing away from something without putting any proper thought or process or strategy in place, you know, you miss the details along the way, or you have to go back and double handle yourself, or the work that is that this type of thing deserves. The respect and the time that this sort of thing deserves kind of gets missed along the way as well if you're rushing. So that's this card. And then the message in a bottle. So that's actually that actually means, again, the signs and synchronicities. Now, some of you may feel blocked, like if you're not into numbers, if you're not into looking around for what's the signs because you're completely missing it. You just may not be used to that. It's taken me a while to become more attuned to if I start seeing the same numbers all the time, to actually do something with it and go and look it up somewhere. But it's not naturally how I would think, nor how was I raised, because no one ever brought it to my attention that there are signs and synchronicities all around you. So this here is another form and another version of that. It's a message in a bottle, which, you know, like people were stranded on an island, and if there happened to be a bottle and you happen to have a notepaper and a pen, they'd put the message in the bottle and send it off, hoping for some sort of sign that they'll be rescued, or hoping that someone will pick it up somewhere, and that they'll be rescued. So this is around, again, another extension of our last reading in the healing deck, is that be aware and look out for the signs and synchronicities around you. And if you're not seeing that, to ask for help. Ask the universe, ask God, ask your angels, you know, send me a sign, please. Let me know I'm on track. What else do I need to consider? Am I on track, or am I going off in the wrong path, in the wrong direction? Give me some signs. So that's what this is. It's a call out that if you're not seeing it and you want something, as in a sign or a symbol, to ask for it. And then remember, when you do ask for it, to be mindful that you've just asked for it, and so therefore you've got to be aware and self-aware of what's going on around you and in your surroundings. So that's a message for today. There's quite a few messages to sort of process and digest and work through. So have a lovely day, everyone. I'm going to go and do my housework that I've been putting off now. So I'll catch you back here, same time tomorrow. Love you all.